Hello. We're getting our tune-up in for our first pass. We just got a little heat in the motor, and I'm pretty well ready to go do this. Pretty well ready. Just gonna make a couple adjustments here, and we'll be good to go. So we are going to try this pass with no rear weight. We almost always run rear weight on the car, and that could cause it to strike the tire and be pissed off. But I also feel that this car should not need rear weight. It should work just fine without rear weight. So yeah, so we're gonna see what it does. All right, so first pass. The burnout is tough because I'm used to doing third gear burnouts, and I tried that to see how it would do, and it still struggles a lot to do a third gear burnout like the ProCharger did. The ProCharger is effortless, would do it like no throttle. So it actually ended up over revving a bit once boost came in. So I'm gonna have to go back to either starting in second and go in a third for the burnout, or going 1, 2, 3 on the burnout. The pass kind of did what I was afraid of it was going to do, where it was just too light in the ass, it seems like. So I am going to jack it up, change the spring height. Oh, we got a hell of an oil leak. I got oil all over the top of my transmission again. So that's no good. All right, well, I'm gonna start seeing what we can do with that. All right, damage recap. Looks like a corner of the intake did not seal on the tonneau wall. It did not leak on the dyno because we didn't have any acceleration forces. I'm guessing the oil was getting puddled to the back of the lifter valley, and it just caused it to go up and out. So the mess wasn't as bad as Wagler Motorsports Park at Gangster's Paradise. Like in July, that was the race I went to, and we had some issues there. And then our second run, we had a big oil leak, and I threw in the towel, and we called it a summer break for like 5 or 6 weeks. So wasn't quite as bad as that, but it was similar. Same type of area. That time it was a loose cam sync on the back of the intake. So luckily it wasn't that bad, and unfortunately it wasn't that simple to fix. So we got it cleaned up. I got a little right stuff back there packed in the hole. We used the shop vac to kind of help find the hole because we could hear it whistling. And then I tried to pack as much right stuff in there as I could, and then it slowed down the whistle quite a bit. But I think it was, we had a lot of vacuum on the crankcase. I think it was just slowly wheezing it in. So pulled the vacuum off and, you know, went over with an get thick coat. So it says 90 minutes to usage again. So we're on the clock right now. Our test day is moving pretty quickly to time's flying, you know. So first pass, it hiked the front tires up a little bit in the air, drove left. That was our first pass on the turbo, and our first pass since I had the 4-link moved from Dig or Die, which Dig or Die had a stock plus or minus wheelbase rule of like 1 inch, and we were like 1.5 inches over. So, well, on one side, so because of the rear steer on the car, so we had messed with the 4-link quite a bit, but we didn't need rear steer after Dig or Die. Well, I may not have gotten it back exactly on the turns, and in the burnout, the car hung out to the side, and which it normally doesn't do. It normally burns out pretty dang straight, and yeah, in the past it went kind of the same direction. So and our rear steer is reset and our roll bar is reset. We went ahead and made the car heavy, put 50 pounds on the front, 100 pounds on the rear, just to weigh it down, just like how we ran it at Gulfport, Monroe. Well, how we ran at Gulfport. Monroe, we didn't have the nose weight on it. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have done a cool 500-foot wheelie. So we're gonna go weigh it down. So now it's a mirror image, as far as I hope, barring rear steer adjustment. Should be a mirror image of what we ran before on 28s. And hopefully in another 30 to 45 minutes, the glue has hardened up pretty good. And then I'll pack the back of that area with a whole bunch of microfibers and paper towels, just to, in case it leaks again, we'll be able to see it really easy that way, because it'll kind of, you know, bleed out, and we'll be able to see exactly where it hits all those areas. So it'll kind of tell us where it's coming from if we miss the spot, and we'll contain it so it's not such a big mess next time. Luckily, really, even on that pass, it didn't drip down enough to actually get to the surface, and really didn't get splattered underneath the car at all. So it was just starting to come down off the bell housing and the transmission by the time we got back to the pit. So it really wasn't bad. So I feel perfectly safe making our pass. So we got Megan and Mr. Henry out here. Won't eat. Henry won't eat his bottle. So Henry requires to be held right now. So I'm gonna get out of Megan's rocking chair so she can sit down in here, and then, oh, it doesn't want her to sit. Henry's just being a doofus. So, okay, let's talk about data. So half a second in the, well, at 0.6 in the run, it lost a tire. But at 5.5 tenths, we were already up almost 0.2 of a G-force, but we were lighter. I mean, we were 150 pounds lighter. with the ballast being off the car, so that could have been the difference there. Had to pedal it twice, pretty bad. So, I mean, I've got no timing pole on it. I've got no boost curve in it. It pretty much just goes up, and we're just letting it run the lag to see what it looks like, and actually it looks pretty good. So unfortunately, it's not going to be super consistent because you know, as your DA changes throughout the day, it's going to make boost faster or slower, but yeah, we'll get there. Once it was hooked up and I was back in the power, we were on 24 pounds of boost. From 80 miles an hour to 160 miles per hour, it actually was running the exact same arc, so I can move the front wheel speeds lay on top of each other from my pass in Monroe versus what we just did there. And it shows that in the mid-range, it actually pulls very, very similar, or it's actually the exact same arc as the 136 did. That's exciting. That's cool. That doesn't always translate into, you know, a good pass, but you know, there's definitely some promising things I'm seeing in here so far. But unfortunately, we weren't able to come off the trailer and go right down the surface like we can always do with the blower. So, some of that consistency. So I'm gonna go tweak the tune up a little bit, and we'll just see what it does. We'll just see if it can go down or not. So hopefully it doesn't make a mess. Okay, so we're gonna go make our second test pass. It's been about 3 hours. I had a small pinhole leak in the China wall of the intake seal, and that caused all of our oil mess. It's all cleaned up now though. So put a whole bunch of right stuff back there. Let's get it over pretty good. It's pretty firm. I got a bunch of paper towels in there, so shouldn't be a problem. And we're making our pass. Put weight back on the car. So see what it does. Okay, so that rattled the tire a little bit out there, but I don't think I pedaled. I think I just stayed in it till it got through it. So I saw the board light up with the 117 60 foot, and although good, not where we want to be, but but not terrible. I mean, a 117 would do some work, you know. I'm gonna get the full slip. I'm gonna get the data pulled. I don't see any oil this time. That is dry. Yes. So we're gonna get it turned around so we can make another one and then go from there. All right, so second turbo pass in, and it set a new turbo PB for me. So 117 60 foot, 306 to 330, 450 with a 2, and 171. So it's getting within striking distance of the 121, but it wasn't a very clean pass. It spun from half a second to 2.3 seconds. So it was chattering and spinning the tire pretty good. I did not pedal. So we're gonna try to fix that. So all right, we're gonna make a tune adjustment and then try again. All right, we're heading up for T3, and I put some more boosting at the back. That last hit was 30 pounds, and usually when it rattles a tire like that, everybody says put tire pressure in. I usually don't have a lot of good luck with tire pressure, but we're going to go ahead and put a pound in it anyways, and we're just going to see if that'll help with the tire shake or tire rattle. About 9/10 of a second in, and it rattles until about 2.5, 2.8 seconds. So it's pretty rough in here when it does that. So we're gonna see if we can get past that, and if so, then this should click the number off that I want to go today. Okay, so I saw the port flash for 119 60 foot. We may just have to pull out a little bit of power. Really don't know what I'm going to do to make the turbo more happy on the 60 foot. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, we went 119 2 out of 3 times now. Or I'm sorry, 1-teens. So I mean, and 1-teens are great. I mean, they're good 60 foots, but that's not no reason why we can't go, you know, low teen to the 60 foot. So I'm gonna go get my phone and see what we ran on the other numbers and go from there. What were you saying?
I said if you think that the blower would have already went X number and we can't get to that number, then I feel like it makes it pretty easy to decide on what our power adder will be for 2025.
Right. So I did zip the throttle because it started to shake the tire again, and it slowed off at a 60 foot and 330 and the 8th. So it went a 119, a 309, and a 452. But I picked up a couple mile per hour, but I put a little boost in it out the back door. It felt like it had a small hiccup in it going 2-3. So once the log pulls, I'll kind of look at it and see if it was anything or if it's just me. I decided since we posted a time slip with a 2 to the 330 that until we get to that number, then we ain't got no problem talking about it. So, because I mean, these are facts. I mean, the track's pretty dang good today. And we're just not seeing the numbers.
And that's okay. That's what this is about. This is about testing to make us better for next year.
I also don't like that it's trying to wheelie.
I've noticed that from where I'm standing.
It's picking up that front left through most of the run. And we've already got 50 pounds in the nose. That last run there, I took off 25 on the rear to kind of help keep it down, and it still felt like it went up. So I don't think radials are going to be a very good idea. So I think that radials will have a really high probability of taking flight.
Okay, so no radials today.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'll just leave the stickers on them. So.
Well, one more pass?
Yeah, I think so. I think one more pass. And then
we're going to take the golf cart through the lights.
Well, we could go get dinner in Tulsa.
And then we're going to take the golf cart through the lights.
And then we could take the golf cart through the lights. So we can load everything up, leave, and come back.
Well, we have to ask the owners if that's okay.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So.
Well, I mean, I feel like you're a little disappointed because I feel like you thought that they would be a lot closer. But.
I mean, I'm excited that it went teen 60 foots a couple times. You know, 2 out of 3 times it went teens. And we went 3 out of the 330, both passes we made it, you know, pretty much down the track. And we went forward, we beat my personal best turbo passes on those last 2 passes, both of them consecutive. I mean, they were boom, boom.
Right.
So, I mean, in a lot of ways,
it showed improvement.
It did show improvement.
But
2/10 minimum. 2/10 minimum is a lot to give up. I mean, 2/10 to the 330 is a lot to give up.
Especially with your reaction time.
Hey now, I gotta let it spool. I'm not bumping today. I'm not bumping, so I gotta count. I wait till it gets the dinger and I count to 3 and then let it go. All right.
There you go.
So we went 720s on the quarter on that one. That's not bad for letting out at 4.5 seconds in and just kind of tapping the brake a little bit.
Yeah. A little bump.
Yeah, me too.
But again, it just makes it easier.
It does.
And I mean, who knows? You could always do turbos one race and ProCharger the next. I know how much you love switching everything over.
Yeah.
It's your favorite thing to do.
The problem is the cam swap.
I know you love it.
The cam swap is the backbreaking
You
work.
said that is your favorite thing to do. You said, hey, this is why I do this stuff.
That cam swap is why we had an oil leak today. ever is set
Bad
up.
one.
So
You're welcome. Absolutely. Safe travels.
thank you.
Had to turn on my smile.
So, yep, I think we came out to learn something. And
we learned that ProCharger.
For me,
Hold on.
ProCharger is definitely like hitting the easy button.
Time out. Yes. If you had different units on the car. I'm not saying like different as in like a different brand. I'm saying like bigger or, and I'm also not saying like go and spend a bunch of money on our way home.
The most logical thing is that obviously the chassis adjustments that we have fine-tuned in on the ProCharger deal probably won't work with the power delivery of the turbos. That's the easy way to put this. And with additional testing, we could possibly get there.
Oh, that sun's so bright. Oh, look over there.
So that is a
Just
possibility.
Curious. I mean, I know you said that they weren't ideal for what you're wanting to do.
Turb skis?
Yeah.
Really the back pressure wasn't bad. Our last run, I haven't looked at the data log from this run, but our last run we made 30 pounds of boost and the back pressure got to 35 pounds. So really, they seem to be pretty happy, but that's only 30 pounds. You know, I mean, we went 171 on that.
Any other numbers you want to rattle off?
Yeah, all these numbers are slower than the ProCharger numbers.
Well, cool. I'm glad you tried it. I mean, I'm not mad that you tried it.
Yeah.
Cost some money to do it, but
I mean, only this trip.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, only this trip.
So, I think it was well worth it. Who knows? Maybe this last pass you're gonna pull something out of your ass.
We'll see.
But
We'll see. We will see. I don't think so.
I don't either. I don't either. But you know what? That's okay. Because I really do miss the ProCharger sound.
Do you?
I do. Every time you turn your car on, I turn around and I'm just like, oh, that's us.
That's us. Don't mind us.
Yeah. I like the ProCharger. Then I turn around, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good car.
Yeah.
A hefty car. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Alright, so look at the log. It definitely started to run away with the tire speed. So it definitely needed that pedal. It then hooked up after that pedal pretty dang good. So made 34 pounds, had 41 pounds of back pressure. So turbos are still pretty happy there. We're going to add 3 degrees of timing to it. And we're still pretty under time. And then we're going to see what that gains per mile per hour. I'm going to short shift the shit out of 1.2. It's going to be like 0.3 of a second in. And hopefully that stops the tire shake. And then Eric thinks that we're leaving too much RPM, so he thinks the tire is pissed off early. So we're going to lower launch RPM down to 3,700, so it's going to soften the boost and everything. So we'll see what it does on this next one. See if these changes help or not. I think this will probably be our last pass for the day. So it's almost 5 o'clock now. And with it trying to go into a little bit of a wheelie, I'm not looking to stand this thing up and down. So I mean, we could put more and more weight on it, but I don't think that's that efficient. So I don't want to put 250 pounds in the nose. So yeah, come on, belt. All right. I will say today has proven that the blower is easier to go faster, especially early. So we were consistent. We consistently rattled the tire every pass. We consistently had to pedal it almost every run. Well, every run we did pedal it. Man, I will say, Megan and I already talked, and we've already made our executive decision. What's our decision?
It's like a hearing in the court. It's my gavel. The verdict is in.
What is it?
You want to tell them? You want to tell them? What are we going to do next year? See ProCharger! He's not amused.
So, there you have it. 2025, we'll be running the ProCharger combo longer. So although the turbo did get quicker than we were last time with it, we have to assume that other racers are going to also improve their game. And if we want to just maintain where we are, well, slightly slower. If we want to stay slower than we have been this year, then I mean, I'm sorry, I should go back. We exited 2023 going faster than what the turbos could go right now. 2025, I'm definitely not looking to be as slow as we were in 23. So we gotta keep pushing forward. So we've already got so many things on the car so optimized so well for the blower deal, and I don't even know where I'd want to start with trying to optimize this for the turbo, besides maybe moving the motor forward some. Sorry, the air is really dry today. Man, yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. We did try a bar change, and it netted us the same result on the tire. So that wasn't super encouraging. Man, I don't know. I mean, it's still fast. I mean, it's fast. I mean, there's guys out here who'll say that it's not fast. There's guys out here that'll say that it's smoking fast, which we can be that quick. And to compete at where we want to compete at, it's not fast enough. So, in other news, I stayed in it till like 4.9 seconds because I really wanted to run a 6 1/4 today, and it did not. It went 7.0, like 7.02. There's a big old pile of ice here from a tree street car, so I'm playing on it. It's a white Christmas. See? But really, it's like 62 out here. It's so nice. Who would have thought on December 28th that it would be 62 degrees and warm and be out here with that t-shirt on, or with a t-shirt on and no hoodie or nothing. So pretty dang nice. Okay, well, for all my ProCharger diehard guys, I ain't leaving you yet. You still there? I know I shouldn't even say yet. We're staying put, so we'll still be there and we'll still be loud. Turbo guys, hopefully this gives you enough confusing things to think about. Megan's laughing at me. We got one less combination to try on the big block.
Nitrous.
We've already tried nitrous.
Oh, nitrous.
I don't know if I want to spray that much nitrous. I don't know if I want to spray Charlie Brown nitrous.
Whole way. Whole way.
Could. You know, then we'd be fast like Kai Kelly. But we need more. We need a way bigger motor.
Yeah, I don't think it's just
540 cubic inches isn't going to get it done.
What about screw blower?
I don't have 35 grand to try one.
If you could do a screw blower or a Hemi, what one would you do?
If I had to have one or the other?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it'd be Hemi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do ProCharge Hemi. Only because I don't... People that know more about screws than me, I mean, I know a lot about screwing, but I don't know a lot about screws. Now, the big block architecture is, I am being told, isn't quite up to snuff to handle the additional stress of the screw. So
I hate when that happens.
So unfortunately, that right there kind of killed the screw or roots option for me. And roots, I just have not heard anything fantastic about them being able to support the power that we make on our 121 or our current turbo combination. I mean, anything. So I mean, I just don't think a roots combination. I mean, they're significantly cheaper. They're about a third of the cost, but I don't think that they would be competitive.
So are you saying we're getting a Hemi next?
I mean, if there was anything on the wish list box to check, Hemi's definitely at the top.
If anyone wants to sponsor
a Hemi,
a whole Hemi,
especially endurance testing. You want to do endurance testing? I'm your guy.
Yeah, really, we're helping you.
I will find them weak links, and I will do the maintenance, and I will put in the hours. But golly, big block's a lot more our budget. So.
You.
Oh.
Now
Alrighty.
to make our trip back.
Yep. Well, I better go help Eric load. I wound up a bunch of cables. He's winding up more cables, and
Gotta flip the truck around.
yeah, I gotta hook the truck up because it's backwards. So, all right. Well, that's it. That concludes our little mini series here of turbos or not, this or that, ProCharger versus Turbskis. And our heart's gonna land on the ProCharger chip.
I'm gonna work on that Hemi.
Megan's gonna try to work on a Hemi.
What? Oh, no, I'm not gonna get. Nope.
Hemi would be the shit. So.
One day.
One day we'll have that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, old iron big block does a pretty good job.
Maybe I should